Hello everyone, David W. Harper, the gentle, boyish face who warmed millions of hearts as Jim Bob Walton in the iconic television series The Waltons, has finally broken his long public silence, offering an unflinchingly raw and deeply emotional confession about the tragic and often lonely reality of his life after the cameras stopped rolling. One that starkly contrasts the wholesome, tight-knit family dynamic portrayed on screen. For nearly a decade, Harper played the free-spirited, vehicle-loving youngest Walton boy, bringing a subtle charm and innocence that made him a fan favorite during the show's run from 1972 to 1981. On screen, the Walton family faced hardship with unwavering unity, tackling the challenges of the Great Depression and World War II with love, faith, and perseverance. But when the series ended, Harper's reality proved far more complicated. Like many child actors who become inseparably linked to one role, he discovered that Hollywood's open doors were suddenly slammed shut. Offers for roles were scarce, and casting directors struggled to see past Jim Bob's youthful face and signature Southern charm. The typecasting left Harper adrift in an industry that had once embraced him, and with each passing year, the distance between him and the spotlight grew wider. In his heartbreaking admission, Harper revealed how the early years after The Waltons ended were filled with a crushing mix of uncertainty, financial instability, and emotional strain. Unlike some of his castmates who managed to transition into other acting opportunities or entirely new careers in the public eye, Harper faded into near anonymity, quietly taking on a series of low-paying, behind-the-scenes jobs just to make ends meet. The loss of his mother, a deeply personal tragedy that struck him to his core, compounded the pain, stripping away one of his greatest sources of emotional support and stability. Without her guidance and encouragement, Harper faced the daunting challenge of navigating adulthood without a safety net, and in an industry that had all but forgotten him. Friends from the past moved forward with their lives, but Harper often found himself standing still, carrying the weight of a fame that no longer served him but continued to define him in the eyes of strangers. The isolation was worsened by the bittersweet encounters with fans who would recognize him from his days as Jim Bob, their faces lighting up with nostalgia as they spoke about how much the show had meant to them. While Harper expressed genuine gratitude for the affection and admiration, these moments also acted as sharp reminders of the life he once had and the dreams that had slipped away. The contrast between being remembered fondly for a role and struggling quietly to survive in the present left deep emotional scars. Harper candidly admitted that the transition from child star to ordinary life came with periods of depression, feelings of invisibility, and moments of questioning his own worth outside of his acting identity. Over time, Harper learned to live a quieter life, away from the flashing cameras and the intense public scrutiny. While he occasionally joined Walton's reunion events, which brought temporary warmth and a sense of belonging, he mostly preferred the privacy of a modest, grounded existence. He found small joys in everyday routines, the comfort of solitude, and the rare but cherished interactions with those who truly saw and valued him as David, not just Jim Bob. He spoke about how, despite the hardships, there remains a sense of pride in having been part of something so culturally significant, knowing that the Waltons left an indelible mark on American television and continues to bring comfort to new generations of viewers through reruns. In sharing his story, Harper did not shy away from acknowledging the bitterness of unfulfilled potential, but he also conveyed a quiet resilience, an acceptance that life does not always follow the script we imagine. His journey is both cautionary and inspiring, a reminder of the fragility of fame and the importance of self-definition beyond the roles we play. For fans, Harper's revelations are deeply moving, pulling back the curtain on the very real struggles that can follow childhood stardom, and offering a sobering yet profoundly human perspective on what happens when the lights go down, the set is dismantled, and the audience goes home. His confession stands as a testament to endurance, vulnerability, and the courage it takes to confront the truth of one's own story, no matter how far it strays from the fantasy millions once watched on their screens. Thanks for watching.